Hey everybody, Jim along with the Buckeye Boy. It's a Dugout. Of course, you can catch us weekday mornings, the Jim Davis Show, 7 to 10 on the team. Colorado Sports later. Let's see, JUCO is in the books, the 61st edition. 60 of those, of course, here in Grand Junction. And Chipola, Florida, the first team in 18 years to win back-to-back titles. I tell you what, Jeff Johnson came here and said, you know what? Lost 9 guys to the draft last year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the tank is low. Don't have the guys, don't have the horses to do it. Guess he was wrong about that.
Yeah, he was. They lost Saturday night to Walter State, a team they ended up beating twice in 3 days later in the tournament. They won back-to-back, like you said, first time in 18 years since Grayson. Now they have a chance to do what nobody since San Jack did in the mid-'80s, win 3 in a row. They're one of 8 teams to win 3 national championships. They could be one of 4 teams to win 4 next year.
For San Jack did it 84 through 87, so there's a chance Chipola could do it again next year. Morgan McCullough picked up every conceivable award except the driving the bus to the park award.
Outstanding pitcher because he didn't pitch. But
and outstanding pitcher, yeah. I mean, he won for the Big Stick Award, most valuable player, best defensive player,
safe driver. He got
safe driver, exactly.
Closest to the pin, I think he won.
Freshest breath, I think he won that one as well. He won it pretty much everyone.
He's next top model, even. That's how much he won at JUCO.
Next winner of The Voice, probably American Idol as well.
Yeah.
He's got all those awards.
He's the X Factor. I'm out. I don't have any more.
Okay, we're done with that. But anyway, Morgan McCullough is going to be playing at Alabama. Had a great tournament. You also had Edmund American, who was really, really good as well. Boy,
yeah.
Came up with some big home runs for them. Max Guzman as well. But congratulations to Jeff Johnson and Chipola and to David Shelton and Walter State. They had a great season, and it was a tremendous championship game on Saturday night. Now the Rockies, they're playing in Cincinnati as we do this on a Wednesday. The Reds are good for what ail you, though. Last night, though, the Rockies had a 9-1 lead in this game. It was 9-3. Kyle Freeland pitched really well, but they turned it over to the human gas can, Brian Shaw, who forced the Rockies 5 hits, 3 runs to have to go to Wade Davis to try to save the game when they had a 9-3 lead.
Yeah, it was. Brian Shaw's bad. You know, they had that 4-game losing streak. They got swept by the Dodgers, which was preceded by a loss to the Giants. They led in all of those games, and then they blew the lead in all 4 of them. Starters had an ERA over 8 in the 4 losses. The bullpen had an ERA north of 11. So things are bad when the Rockies bullpen is put into service, especially with Adam Ottavino out. Mike Dunn comes in there, and he gives up a hit, and he almost gives up a run, if not for Gerardo Parra. Who knows where that game turns out, because you immediately saw Mike Dunn followed with Brian Shaw, who's the reason the Indians are in first place right now because he no longer plays for him.
Oh, I just saw this on my phone. Brian Shaw just gave up 3 more runs, and they're not even playing right now. They're not even playing right now, and he automatically gave up 3 more runs. Broncos are going through OTAs, and really there's not a ton of drama right now. There was some criticism of Von Miller and Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders not being there for the voluntary, not mandatory OTAs. For Von Miller, how can you be a leader of this team and you're not there for OTAs? OTAs are not that big of a deal. If he's not there for training camp, that's a big deal. If Sanders isn't there and Demaryius Thomas isn't there, that's a big deal for the Broncos then. But, right now, you've got the guard position, the right guard spot that there's been kind of a competition for right now with Menelik Watson. Why is he still on this team? Why? At guard, you also have Connor McGovern and Max Garcia all vying for that right guard spot right now during OTAs.
Yeah, you're going to have part of this offensive line for the Broncos. A couple of them are going to look like fences. It's going to be hard to get around, to get over. The right guard spot is going to look like a turnstile. As long as you have a ticket to the game, you can go right through all the way to Case Keenum. He's going to have a lot of friends in different colored jerseys this year.
Let's hope that's not the case. I know you being a Browns fan, you'd like to see that happen.
You got a lot of crappy right guard possibilities, I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's not great, let's be honest about that, but we'll see as we get closer to training camp. All right, that's our Dugout for today. Don't forget to join us 7 to 10 weekday mornings on the Jim Davis Show. And also you can get the podcast at our website, theteam1340.com. Also iTunes, we're there as well. See you next time.